look at what we got here. We're back in the bathroom with all. Well, actually, we're back in the pantry, which is our breaking news bulletin segment. Our breaking news that's like a week late with your favorite bathroom.
Yes, bathroom.
Yeah, bathroom. He's here. He's queer.
And also have the queer and gay Tragic Melody.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna clap it up for Tragic Melody. You know he's queer, he's gay. Everyone clap it up, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Did you have a pause
Hey,
sound effect? That one took you so long.
uh, no, it's literally just on the Discord sounds.
Oh, okay.
Look, like this. Anyways, well, guys, today. But before we do that, what's today's soap of the day?
Today's soap of the day.
Or is it?
Today's soap of the day, we got Purple Nurple Gurple. Now, it's Purple Nurple Gurple because what happens when you mix together... Well, what happens when you break apart purple? You get red and blue. And then you know what's also red and blue? My balls. And you know what's also red and blue? You know what's also my balls? Or balls? The Democratic election of the United States and politics in general.
That is right today. Well, I mean, it was obvious, but we are going to be talking about the recent, very recent U.S. elections.
We're going to be talking about our republic and what our republic has done.
The Nazi is back. Who would have thought? Did you think he'd be back? Be serious. Give me your honest opinion. Did you think he'd be back?
Oh, 100%. Like, it was straight up just an absolute, not a shit show, but it was absolutely just like a cult. It's more than just that. Cult. Trump has the personality where the way he says things, it's just like, it's that one friend you have that just says things with absolute authority, tells you to do bad things, but it's like, yeah, the rush of it. Trump is just fun. He's just fun to be a part of because you feel like the underdog. You feel like everyone's against you. You're like, I'm the protagonist here. I'm not the bad guy. I'm the protagonist. So that's what I knew he was going to win. He just had this strong base of people that were just fervently up his ass for dopamine, just like crawling it out the large intestine. So Biden had a chance because, like, they're like, oh, we already had Biden. He's like an actual politician. He's not Trump. But the thing is, like, it was 50-50 because it was not Trump. As soon as Kamala, I'm like, all right, we lost. Because Kamala had she had more negative opinion than, Biden. No, and it really seemed like no one really cared. She had like zero presence.
So then let me ask you another, very pressing question. This question has been asked a lot. Why then did the Democrats pick Kamala? Why nominate her?
I think it's a little bit of party politics. It's like, okay, it's not our boy Biden. We have to like use the next in line instead of someone who will actually be, because they had to keep the party in check. Because they're like, oh, we can't let anyone think they have a chance. There's got to be Vice President Kamala. Because they're like, oh, none of you guys have actually done your dues for the party yet. You know what I mean?
Well,
there was two things at play because we
yes,
always think Republicans versus Democrats, but they forget within the Democratic Party, people are vying for control.
True, but the Democrats miscalculated. They saw the game as they saw the game in terms of practicality rather than optics. I don't know if that makes sense. They should have done whatever needed to be done to hold power. They knew.
I don't think they care about it because I think everything that they actually care about is already, like, the thing that they personally care about is, like, already being done. It's like small bills no one cares about, and they're bipartisan bills. I think the big partisan bills are the ones that, like, gets notoriety and stuff. They're like, oh, look at us, we're fighting against Republicans. Maybe sometimes it's easier to be not in power.
Interesting. But what do you then think about those who say that this time around Trump has more power? He has the House, he has the judiciary.
He doesn't have the Fed. He doesn't have the Fed though, because the Fed that he appointed straight up just doesn't listen to him, and he's like, "I want you to step down."
Really?
Well, it's 'cause,
I didn't hear about that.
Here's the thing: even though he had the power to appoint the Fed chair, most Fed chairs are still economists, and they understand the long-term effects. They're like, it doesn't matter what I do because I can. They're probably like, yeah, if I give them the power, it will really fuck up the economy further than anything else.
Yeah, and I heard he wants to severely weaken the SEC.
Of course he does.
That's what I heard.
I also
But
don't
is that
really,
necessarily a
I
bad
don't
thing?
really know why he wants to weaken the SEC. I think more so he wants the people who would benefit from that to be on his side.
Let's see.
Trump is
And there's a
literally
lot of people who benefit from that.
Trump is literally going to get power by just bending the rules for everyone else.
Yeah. I mean,
The
he has
power of the favored.
one of the richest men in the world backing him now, like
Elon Tusk.
vehemently sucking him up. Elon Tusk, who's glazing this man literally 24/7 on Twitter,
Dude, he just
or
he just
sorry, X.
he just like putting ropes on ropes on ropes.
No, yeah, literally, it's kind of sad
You've heard
that
of
this
ban for ban. Well, Elon Musk has introduced rope for rope.
rope for rope, exactly. And yeah, I mean, it's honestly, I had a different outlook regarding the election personally. I thought Kamala had a chance,
Interesting.
in the sense that
Well,
I had
you're also within another country. You're in the Balkans.
yeah, I'm in the Balkans within Egypt, which is a city in
I'm in the Balkans. All right.
Afghanistan.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
But no, I had a different opinion. Hanging around the circles I do online, a lot of people were disenfranchised with Trump, his early base from 2016, because when he got into power, a lot of the positions he enacted were not, in their mind, radical enough. Are you familiar with what Project 2025 is,
I am
or
aware of
no?
that. Yeah, it's to make sure that Republicans stay in power in such a way that they're going to put in youngsters who will maintain this conservatism that they said that as time goes on people get more progressive, so they want to put in younger people who are going to stick to the conservative ideals and allow it to be stuck in the past forever.
But Trump has went on the record saying that he does not agree with Project 2025 and thinks some of the
Oh
people
wow,
involved
a
with
politician
it.
might be lying about how he feels about something people don't like. Interesting. So many people are like,
Well,
the mainstream media is telling you that he's going to do it. I'm like, since when do we need to believe the media by what a president said and what they're going to do? Like, come on. It would be harder for him to oppose it than it would be for him to be okay with. He literally just has to allow the appointments to happen. He doesn't even do the appointing, I think.
really? Well, I
And
mean,
also,
regarding
like
his cabinet,
the people who'd
he
be
has to
appointing,
sign it.
people he'd be appointing would be young, really good at their job Republicans. The only difference being that they all will collectively agree to enact this, like the policy. It will be like a cabal. So, like, even if it isn't literally anyone that Trump decides to put into power, the people who made Project 2025 could just still do it.
Do you,
It's more of a plan on
there's
how to practice each other. It's like, hey, if we have this person here agreeing on this, we can get rid of this, that type of stuff. It's less of
but what,
it's less of a who's involved and more of a hey, here's how you could do something like that. Here's the framework. Here's the cheat code. Here's the formula. Not necessarily here are the people. Here's the plan.
yeah, I see. But what could they? But looking at the 2025 overview, the Project 2025, what could they realistically do within their goals, their aspirations, which is, like you said, to instill conservative ideals over a long period of time?
They
But
could.
then I see they want to enact certain policy, which in my mind, I think maybe conflicts with a couple of amendments, the Bill of Rights, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but
How do they get around this? Like, how will they, for example, one of the things they want to do is completely ban abortion,
well,
even within
look
states.
at what Texas did.
Well,
They found a creative way around the solution. They basically did bounties for abortion because they can't control what you do out of state, but then once you land back in the state, you're screwed. So they could. Oh my God, we're doing civil war again, like literally, where people just straight up can't live in certain places they want to do stuff.
wow.
You know what would have to happen?
What?
Either there would have to be a bill passed, or Republican, or whatever. There'd have to be some type of bill passed that a state can't punish you for things you did within another state. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They got to make
that
it so
bill
the
doesn't.
executive powers of states do not extend past the border of the state, which already is true. So technically
Mhm.
speaking, but they managed to engineer in such a way that where they can do something if you do something out of state, which is the whole point. The whole point of separation of power of the church and state, which is the federal. I mean, true, maybe the federal government does have a little bit too much overreach, but the states want a little bit too much egregious power.
Yeah,
The
and
Republicans want the states to have maximal power for the states that they like, and they want the states that they don't like to have no power, and the federal government to stop them. It's kind of like
This is where
Trump's like, oh, it's for the state's choice. Alabama, you can do what you want. California, fuck you. You're hurting the children. We're gonna do something about this.
it's a good question, actually.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be they're gonna pick and choose which states have their right of choice, and then the other states are gonna enact laws that like ban things in certain ways to like strong arm them.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like I really hope this is gonna sound horrible. I hope we go to war so they're too busy to do this shit.
Go to war with who?
I don't know. Fucking, I'll
I'm,
start it right now. They're going to war with me.
I mean, do you think you could? I mean, Trump is so interesting in the fact that I mean, this guy has already went through 2 assassination attempts. A third one was foiled just yesterday.
By Tehran, yeah.
I mean, I don't come on, bro. I mean, as someone who studies international politics to a certain extent, Iranian leadership. Do you have any idea how risky of a move that is to
You know how risky
assassinate?
of a move it is if the U.S. decides to move against them regardless? We've been in conflict with Iran for so long. All it takes is one president, one government to like just try to decide, like, you know what, we're going to completely phase them out. And then they're fucked forever.
Well, moving Trump out of office, I think, might actually even be worse for Iran
It
because
would, but at
here's
the
the
same time, it would at least like take. Hear me out. A lot of assassinations are less about the actual assassination, more about the politics behind it. You kill Trump, they have to go war with Iran, but it will push out the presidency for 4 years.
push out. What do you mean by that, actually?
Well, because
What
like
do
the
you mean
next
push out?
president that they, by the time the war is over, it'll be time for the next presidential election.
So you're saying the president would be too focused with the war,
Yeah,
and the president
and
is
the state and the
essentially
Senate, and also I think it'll be known that like basically they need to stop this like current administration from doing as much as they could by like distracting them, and then more people will vote them out because they will realize all this. Because I think enough small things will pile up, where people are like, "Yo, no way."
oh, so you think and war is generally unpopular as well. I think
Yeah,
that
if we go
will
to
both
war
of
with
us.
Iran, and also because of think about the sympathy of Israel and Palestine. If we go to war with a brown country because they killed the president that they already didn't like, you got 50% of the country that's already really down for not. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. You would have be
I mean,
sympathetic, but then you
as a
have,
former unconsensual euthanasia specialist, that is how we look at these decisions.
of course, you are a youth in Asia, so absolutely.
Euthanasia, yeah, that's funny.
But no, yeah, I mean, but there's an issue there. I mean, 50% of the population would probably be apathetic, and then another 50% would be completely heartbroken. They want blood, and in fact, they'd actually even want the blood of the people who are apathetic. I feel. I mean, you have to understand, Trumpers, and I mean the more extreme type of Trumpers. These people, they literally die for Trump. I think. I mean, we saw this
I
on
can't wait
January
for
6th.
the March inauguration where people are going to be like in DC.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hold on, give me a sec.
We can discuss that actually.
Yeah, I just started recording right now because we had a little glitch and delay anyway. So yeah, Trump's made some points for his cabinet again.
Yeah, he's made some appointments for his cabinet. And honestly, they're not too off the par for what we expect from a Republican candidate. A lot of neoconservatives. I'm sure a lot of drain the swamp type people are going to be very
What
upset.
What does draining the swamp mean?
Well, it basically means that the swamp or government is filled with too many. Well, let's just put it this way: too many old-time politicians, people who do politics for a trade, and that these people are so disconnected from the average person, the average U.S. citizen, that they don't actually represent the citizens' best interests. So the swamp, since it's chock full of these, old politicians who, quite frankly, are disconnected from the American public,
Not
Trump
real
came
people.
in and promised, exactly, Trump came in and promised to, quote
Lizard.
unquote, live in the swamp and drain it. What he has done, not just,
so far in with his pre-selections, but also in 2016 when he picked his first cabinet, is that he filled the swamp with guess who? Politicians who are usually millionaires and own businesses and are disconnected from reality. But also, before we get into that, I want to talk about someone who isn't a politician, but seems to have considerable power in helping Trump not only get elected, but probably stay in power. And that's Elon Musk, Iron Man.
He's not Iron Man. He's more like Iron Man's favorite villain.
Well, I feel like, I don't know if you know this, but a consulting firm, it's not a government agency because if it was, Elon Musk would need to sell Tesla and all his shares, but a consulting firm called the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge. I know, very cringy.
Wait. Did Elon Musk get appointed to something?
Well, yes and no. So, like I said, the Department of Government Efficiency, which will work as a consulting firm, and determine whether or not certain members of Trump's cabinet are, or appointed members of his government, of his positions, are working efficiently enough. If
So he's a hall monitor. So he's a governmental hall monitor.
Exactly. But technically, like I said, this has nothing. This is not a government agency. If it were, Elon Musk would need to sell all his shares and basically sell Tesla.
Oh my God, the Dogecoin spiked after he said that.
I know. And
don't you have? Oh no, you have sheep.
I have some Doge.
Okay, good.
I have like 6,000 Doge.
Oh my God, that's so stupid, but so funny.
But yeah.
They made an entire coin. They made a Department of Government Efficiency coin.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it is up. Let's see how much is it up by. It is volume. It is at 20. It has traded $2 million today, and its market cap of okay. Wait, what? Okay, so volume is 2 million. Market cap is 274. That means 2 million went in, and how much went out? Well, actually, volume can be up or down, but it means upward pressure. Volume can be up or down. It can be anything. That means money in and out. Volume market cap. Damn, how much has it gone up by? Let's see. It's gone up today by it started at it started at 3047 and went up to about, let's say, 2016. So that's like almost a 10x. Oh, 100x,
wow.
Actually. That'd be 100x.
What the heck? It's incredible. I mean, Elon Musk.
Damn. Wait, no. It went up 1,000% today.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Department of Efficiency coin.
It's on CoinCat. Where can you get it? It's on Uniswap, KX, Radium, BitStorage, Anyway, before we just dump our life savings into this coin, tell me more about it, Bathroom.
Well, I won't lie. I didn't even know the coin existed, but I'll tell you more about Elon Musk's role. Also, I have to mention that it's not just Elon Musk that was quote unquote appointed to this role. It was also Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't know if you know who that is.
Vivek? Isn't he like Vivek? YouTube or Google?
Yeah, but he's also going to be co-heading, I guess you could say, this department with Elon. So
this coin came out yesterday at 6:40 p.m. And he announced it today. So someone definitely had some insider information when they made this.
Yeah, it's called market manipulation, and I'm pretty sure
this is literally
Elon
market.
Doing that.
Yeah, this is 100. Yeah, it's Elon. Who else would know this?
Of course.
Or Vivek, or at the very least, who would know this and then immediately make it with an? Damn, that is insane.
Hey, I mean, the person who made it is now like what, 1,000 times richer?
According to this, let's see, the all-time high, all-time low. Hold on, I can't figure out that spread. Give me 1 second. I need to do the math on that. Let's see, point. 0.001755 minus 0.1234789, and then you gotta divide that by the low number. They are 266 times richer, I think.
Holy.
Dude,
But, you know, my take on it is this quote unquote department is nothing more than a toy or like an iPad you give to the autistic kid in the doctor's waiting room just to calm him down or let him play with until he comes, is called up. I don't think this department is going to have any
we know what this
lasting.
is. This is basically just Trump is getting powerful people in his corner and doing governmental favors for no reason, and then it's literally just like making shit up to give people power for just to allow power to happen. Have you ever heard about Robert Moses?
The name is familiar, but could you run me out?
New York Parks Commissioner. There's an entire book called The Power Broker about Robert Moses. It basically boils down to this guy basically created his own position in the New York government. He really likes it's a good thing he's autistic about roads, because if he was autistic about anything else, but basically he single-handedly fucked New York forever.
Okay.
He managed to do a bunch of things where he could give himself basically an unlimited budget. He gave himself an unappointed unlimited term and gave himself the power to appoint people to other things. Basically, he was the most powerful person in New York, had no checks and balances on his power, could do anything, had unlimited power, and could just like block stuff. Listen, he wanted out of spite to just get rid of an aquarium because someone he didn't liked it. It took the president of the United States to use one very obscure, arbitrary law to stop him.
What the fuck?
That was the only person who could have stopped him from destroying this aquarium. That's how much power he had.
Robert Moses. I'll have to watch the documentary on this guy or
dude.
something.
There's a podcast I'm listening to, which is I'm currently like 10 hours into the podcast, and the book's still going.
Wow.
It's crazy. But here's the thing. He was a New York real estate dude. I think Trump knows who this is and is following his playbook.
But on the federal level.
On the federal level, which is even scarier because it's working so far.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe during the campaign I would have told you he is following this sort of going to get power by any means and not be able to, be controlled by anyone. But the way I see it, global markets, globalism, being against globalism is like being against rain. It's going to happen. And I think there's a hierarchy of elites.
Oh, Vivek, I just realized Vivek was a Republican candidate.
Oh.
I didn't know
who
that.
Did you think?
I didn't know who it was. I thought he was like the CEO of some like tech thing.
Finger?
I thought he was the CEO of some tech thing.
Oh, because he's what? He's Indian?
Yeah.
He has to be tech. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, the point being that globalism, tech elites, industry elites, agricultural elites, all these sectors.
Elite elites.
Yeah.
Elite. Papa John, yeah.
Elite. I mean, Domino's elites, pizza elites, food elites. The elites of all these sectors. What's their primary goal? Well, it's simplistic. It's to make money. It's to grow in power, and they do that by making money, usually. So, the elites that control the money are the financial elites. They control the trade, what comes in, what goes out. And these financial elites depend on globalization to make a living. Well, more than a living. But the point being that they are the ones who push for immigration because these people make billions of dollars in remittances fees and taxes of what's going in and out. So slowing immigration means cutting off a valve. Also that, these people are putting more money into the economy. Another reason why they support immigration. It's a whole sort of, think of it as a machine where the biggest wheel or the biggest cog are financial elites. And if you remove one small part, the machine will start to falter. And if you remove other small parts, the machine will break eventually. So the financial elites, I don't think, will allow Trump to go all, protectionist, uh, fucking populist mode because he'll fuck with their money. And they tried twice. They tried to kill him twice. Sure, failed both times. But as they say, third time's the charm.
What do you mean, third time the charm?
Well, let me think about it. Before Trump, what was the last president to have an assassination attempt? The last
Oh,
one.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean,
You know what I'm thinking though. Damn, Elon really just proved you can actually buy the presidency,
of course you
and
could.
you can buy a
I
spot in the
mean,
White House too.
it's not. I mean, to be fair, it's not just Elon who proved this. Um, During Bush's administration, multiple oil contractors and big oil BP, Shell, oil companies, they all essentially bought the presidency. Well, they did it through the vice president, Dick Cheney.
Yeah, but it's never been this obvious.
Well, yeah, well, that's because Elon Musk has such a
It's like
huge control.
It's like Dogecoin went up, which Elon probably had a lot of. The deficiency coin, which Elon probably made. He had the position. He's literally just like quadruple dipping at this point.
And also, I mean, Elon has been in trouble for sort of manipulating markets, and he does it so indirectly. Well, he does it directly, but also indirectly. I don't know if you remember, but remember Elon? He said something about taking Tesla, the company, private, and he made a tweet. He made a tweet
Yeah.
on Twitter saying, I'm thinking about." He says, "I'm thinking about taking Tesla private," and
Market manipulation.
you have to run that by.
Oh yeah, true. Cryptocurrencies aren't regulated, so he can't go to jail for that one.
Exactly.
That's all he's been just doing it over and over. It's been in plain sight. How have we not seen it? So that means, although that doesn't mean we have to get on the trend. Are you currently trying to buy a Doge?
I think so. I mean, you can buy. Yeah, I could buy it on Robinhood. Actually, yeah, I can
buy like $20 because we don't know when it's going to crash.
Oh.
We don't know when he's going to rug pull. You know what I mean?
Let's both buy it.
Also, considering the fact that like I didn't know about it until right now, and you didn't know about it until right now, we have at least 2 days before it bottoms out.
Yeah, I mean, we can make some money in the meantime. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Buy some tonight. I'll buy in for $50.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of interesting how Trump is trying to get rid of the head of the SEC and completely, scam the SEC, cut off limbs off the SEC.
He's literally trying to make every billionaire just like have just fucking wet dreams.
That's what we do. We have to.
What is Trump? Trump is just trying to privatize America.
Yeah, he's basically fulfilling.
He's taking all the guardrails off.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. America's so interconnected that if one of us gets screwed, we all get screwed. Because these protections also prevent, like, major catastrophes from happening to each other financially and stuff. But I will say, on the one hand, it could just be... People would just have to get a lot smarter and privatize, like, everything. But then it's just, like, it would just be, like, really difficult. We just need a liberal president to come back and install it back in.
Yeah.
I can't wait till he gets rid of the whole presidents can't run for election twice.
And we're stuck with God Emperor Trump for 28 years.
If that happens, I actually might consider leaving the U.S. for once.
But what if we're making so much money that we just keep winning?
Yeah, then I'll just become Batman.
You'll just be Batman. You'll beat up conservatives in the street, but you'll still be making money through the system.
I'll say, don't vote for Trump. And then just start randomly beating them up.
Well, that's it.
I don't really care about Trump himself. I think he's bad, but like what he's trying to do to undermine democracy is just super, super blatant. I'm like, why do people like this? Like, even if you love Trump, even if he was Obama, I wouldn't like this. I'm like, absolutely not. We cannot have this.
Yeah. Well, I'm in complete agreement with you. I mean, it could be the most nicest guy ever, but the system is in place for a reason. People choose. That's democracy. And to undermine it is undermining, basically half of the country. I mean, yes, Kamala lost, but it wasn't like fucking 60-40. It was like what, 51-49, something along those lines.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's essentially half of the country.
Oh,
You're going
it's perfect civil war.
perfect civil war. You mean you're going to undermine half of the country? I don't know. People who say civil war, I think Americans are scared.
Well, you know what I think
I
it is
think
also? People are like, "Oh, America's safe." I'm like, "Bro, you had a 2% like majority. Doesn't that scare you that the majority of the country disagrees with you, or
yeah,
like a big
exactly.
majority?"
Exactly. No, absolutely. I mean, these. I think it's an overly simplistic way of looking at it, but I think Americans look at politics like they look at football. My team wins, good. Your team loses, bad. And they essentially see the election as the ends to the means and not the means to an end. Basically, we won, and that's it.
They don't care
What
about what
comes
happens
after?
next. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I mean,
I think it's also like I was thinking about that yesterday. Trump really appeals to the people who are like, "Oh, government doesn't know what they're doing. They're corrupt." They think, "Oh yeah, he's gonna like he sucks. He's an asshole, but he'll be an asshole to the right people. We need an asshole in government to get rid of the people we don't like." But I'm like, listen, they're all like that for a reason. They're listening to the rules. They're playing within the rules. If he breaks the rules, what happens if the next person you really don't like?
then yeah, there could be some guy who comes in
Or even just
and
like, what if he just does stuff you don't like? Like, if you're super Christian, what if he just abolishes what if he abolishes the church's ability to be tax free?
yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, yeah,
To be
that
fair,
would
he
that
has
would
no connections to like super Christian figures. He has connection to rich people. Rich people aren't exactly known for being religious. So what are you going to do then?
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, look, I don't want to open up a can of worms or anything, or more likely,
Trump owns buildings, so you know what he likes a lot of? Low construction costs. What if he gets rid of construction unions?
oh, then that's giga fucked.
Yeah.
Get rid of the.
It's you ever heard that expression? First they came for the something, and then I said nothing because I was not that. Then
Yeah,
they
of
came for
course.
that. It's like then they came for me, and there was no one left to protect. He's literally doing Nazism.
Well,
Also, did I mention the earlier
Texas.
one? It's like, oh, he's all about state rights until like the state decides to make a right that they
Yeah,
don't agree with. It's like, no,
exactly.
we're protecting the citizens from whatever the state government's doing, and then it basically just becomes a blanket whatever. You know what's also I'm trying to figure out like why is he doing this? It doesn't help him.
No, yeah, exactly. It's basically saying like states' rights for basically flyover states, but not for California. States' rights for everyone in the middle, but not California,
They
because they know that
there will actually be a war if it happens the way it's going. There will be some type of civil war or impeachment
and
or just like I feel like there should be some type of referendum. Like if enough people said like yeah we want him out, you can just vote him out.
oh, you mean like impeachment through like popular vote? I mean, that would be a very interesting
Because
concept.
it's never
Like
happened. Yeah.
like kind of like a no confidence sort of popular vote thing. I don't know.
Well, also,
That can't happen.
I will say one thing in solace, which is that Trump has all the executive powers, but I don't think Congress and the Senate are going to let him do what he wants.
Right.
Because
Well,
the
true. Yeah.
Republicans are going with him because his like feverish desire, his feverish fan base helps them with their political shit. But I don't. I think they inherently understand that they shouldn't help him too much because then if they give him too much power, they know it's going to fuck them over.
What if
I mean,
what if Trump?
think about what happened to his vice president. His vice president stuck by him the whole entire time, and he did one thing that was objectively actually a good thing. It wasn't even like selfish, and then Trump immediately flipped on him.
Yeah, he was literally in his like fucking. They were raiding the Capitol, and then he was in his fucking sofa, like drinking Diet Coke and tweeting, "Mike Pence is a fucking traitor to America."
Yeah,
Because
what did Mike Pence say? He just said, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't do that" or something. What did he do that annoyed him?
do you want to know what he did?
I
He
forgot.
approved the transition because the VP approves the transition. So he approved the transition from Trump to Biden.
Oh yeah, so basically he
Yeah.
followed the law. How crazy?
Yeah, Trump was pissed that fucking Mike Pence
Wait,
did
what
not
happened?
go.
What would happen if he didn't approve the transition? Would it just be a recount?
No, I don't think so.
It's just symbolic.
Um, maybe it's a symbolic gesture, but Yeah, I could check. I could check.
Trump's like,
Why does
how
this?
dare you not destroy your political career just to make a point?
Yeah,
Like legit.
I mean,
Like,
literally,
I mean,
yeah,
I hope
this-
Republicans understand that. Like, hey, you can't give him power because he will destroy you if you do anything. Also, don't forget he appointed Fed Chair Jerome Powell, but he's an economist. Economists tend to be a little bit less political than most other government officials. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do what you said. That would cripple the economy. He's like, Jerome Powell, he's a freak, he's a fairy. I don't like what he does. He likes to sniff children. And then basically just like try to get rid of Jerome Powell, even though he appointed him. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry that him doing his job upsets you.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Like,
hoping. Well, that's what you're noticing. Trump keeps appointing people who aren't politicians now because he's like, oh, if I appoint the people who are good at their jobs and like actually know how to do it right, they won't listen to me. Let me appoint people who just listen to me first and know how to do shit second.
and you know what? That's what.
Also, after listening how Elon runs Tesla and SpaceX, oh my god, government's about to become such a nightmare. Working there
Listen,
too, there's about to be like so many like status reports or stuff like that. It's like, bro, I'm trying to like get through these unemployment claims. Why do I have to make a report on like what we did 2 weeks ago?
and you know what's the worst part? Elon is, I hate to, keep bashing on this, but Elon's so autistic that
Love
he
it.
will want to do things his way. And I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Trump and said, you would be efficient if we created an AI robot to actually do all of these papers because there's like a confidence
And then
percentage.
and then every other country in the world just immediately hacks all the information.
Yeah, China just gets all of our secrets in like one night.
Trump's like, no. Elon's like, hey, why don't we just have like this one thing do the paperwork to yada yada yada? AI immediately gets hacked. Every single American social security number is gone.
Exactly. No, exactly. Literally. Do you remember
And then
when
Elon's like, oh, sorry, guys, I'm vacationing in China for some reason. Think about it. Elon may be American, but that may be where powerful is. But he's smart. He knows. He's like, if I fuck up America, it's good to have dual citizenship.
Yeah, I mean, he could
Like,
be
this
like,
man's written
imagine,
bound. He had no loyalty to America. Let's be honest. He barely had loyalty to like biology, his own.
no, exactly. I mean, have you seen how he's built? The man looks like
The
a fucking
fridge.
Mr. Krabs. Yeah.
Oh my god, Mr. Krabs,
I mean,
you're right. You know what's even worse? He doesn't even necessarily like money because he just likes to do what he wants to do.
yeah, that's true. He's
Arguably,
just,
that's somehow both worse and not as bad when you say it out loud.
well, it
It's
would make
worse.
it bad.
It's not as bad because like, oh, money. It's like when people get money, it's like they'll do anything for money, and like money is like the root of all evil. But on the other hand, once they get money, they kind of just stick with that. He wants to take the money and then do stuff with it to make lives worse. It's like when people are like, oh, you can't just give money to charity. You got to like do stuff.
Yeah.
You got to set up institutions. Elon's like, what if I did that, but with like chaos?
Dude, it's so fucked up. Do you have any idea how many contracts he's going to get now?
Do you have any idea
Like,
how
to
many
just
contracts he's gonna just accidentally delete from his competitors or people who wrong him? Dude, freaking like SNL is about to get just fucking nuked.
What happened to freedom of speech, bro?
Don't forget there is freedom of speech on Twitter. He actually doesn't do stuff like that. Remember? He doesn't. Does he actually? Wait, I forgot. Does he actually not block stuff on Twitter and it's like actually pretty free? The only difference is it's a cesspool because too much free.
Well, there has been some accusations, believe it or not, that during the campaign, Elon was shadow banning a lot of Kamala's posts. This is true, by the way. You can
Oh
look it
no,
up if you're interested.
I don't just believe that people thought that. I believe that he was.
Yeah, I mean, but
He
this
literally could have
goes.
just made one software tweak where it's like, any people posting from this location where she just happens to be gets a little bit lower in the algorithm.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people mentioned how her engagements were really skewed and like negatively skewed, and how a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just because she's unpopular."
Although
But like,
to be fair, that was also on Twitter, so that might have been the problem.
yeah, true. We don't know though, but there probably was some
we
shadow
know,
banning
we
on it.
know. Like, there's no way Elon didn't do that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, imagine.
Man has the ethics of a baby. He's like, I want this, so I'm gonna do it, and I'll make it happen. I'll pay someone to make it happen. The problem is when he does stuff on his own. He has this little lizard council that tell him like, hey, I want to do this thing. They're like, hey, how about you do it this way so you don't be immediately caught? He's like, oh, okay, now do it for me. He's like walking through a room. He says, "Hey, can someone on Twitter call Kamal the N word?" And then he walks away, and they just figure out how to make it happen.
Do you think? I mean, he's a white South African. I mean, come on, Elon has to have said the N-word once in his life, right? Or at least thought it.
Bro, he hasn't said it once in his life. He says it every morning to wake up.
It makes his teeth white.
That's funny. Anyway,
Well,
this will be an ongoing series. We'll try to do more episodes whenever something comes out and we want to talk about it.
well, yeah. I mean,
This has been in the pantry. Yes. Oh, and next week we're gonna have In the Office, where we're gonna be dissecting a stock that we're both thinking of purchasing.
yes, we will be doing that, and we will be.
It'll be our most boring one yet because we're just gonna be literally just talking about the actual stock and like money and stuff. If you care about it, tune in. If you don't, I don't know, be poor. With the way America's going, that's not sounding like a very good idea. You know what I mean? Anyway,
yeah, I mean, most of this. All right, guys. It's
this has been tragic.
And this has been Bathroom.
Make sure to wash your hands, flush,
Wipe your ass.
wipe. I don't know. It's kind of concerning. I always forget the order of how to sign off. make sure to wipe, flush, and wash your hand. This is probably the first time I've ever said it in the right order. We'll talk to y'all next. Oh, it's because of Trump. You know, Trump's president. Everything's better now. Anyway, we'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.